And with that, again, I'm going to take a look at any Q&A questions that have not been answered. Miriam says, do I need to migrate if we don't have an LTI 1.3 1.1 integration? No. If in D2L you are just using the V2 integration, there is no migration that you need to worry about. And there's another question, will any Turnitin rubrics, if applied, be shown up front in the student view in the submission process? Yes, actually it is. So from a student perspective, they are presented the Turnitin rubric before they submit. We did have a question from Renee. Does it pull dates from D2L? No, it actually, so when you set up the Turnitin assignment, those Turnitin assignment dates go to D2L first. If you need to make any changes, you will go into D2L, make those changes there, and then those will get sent to Turnitin. That way, it's kind of a control workflow where the student calendar and the instructor calendar are always in sync. There was another question from Renee about just using the D2L gradebook to grade. Again, you'll probably want to be using our V2 integration for that. Something from John, we appear to have LTI API integration. Let's see. I tell you what, does it look like, is this what you're talking about right here? API.turnitin.com, is that what you're referring to, John? If so, that's probably, yeah, then that is the LTI 1.1 integration indication there. And again, another really easy way to view that is, do you go to content? And if you go to content and existing activities, do you see Feedback Studio or PureMech? Maybe you may have called it PureMark, you may have called it Turnitin. Do you see that here? And again, from Renee, our instructors must grade in D2L using D2L rubrics. That's fine. I would suggest using the V2 integration instead. That places the entire workflow in the D2L grading and feedback space. Does that mean you cannot use LTI 1.3? Not really. You really need to be using the correct integration for that particular workflow. So the V2 integration would be best for you. And how can I see which version we're using? Is it that content is always 1.1 and assignments is always V2? Yes, Maddie. If you see Turnitin under content, you are using it as an LTI. If you see it enabled in assignments, that's actually the V2 integration. What is the security on V2? Does it have the AI checking of submitted work? If you, yes, it does have a, so for the V2 integration, it will have AI checking as a feature. That actually is, it's a paid for feature, and the Turnitin admin can turn it on or turn it off at the institution level as needed. And Chris says, does conversion generate new grade items or require reassociating new assignments to existing grade items? No, it does not. It will, once you create the assignment, it automatically puts in a grade column. So there's no need to say, you know, to check and create a grade item outside of that. And grade passback will be automatic on the feedback release date. I'm just checking right now to see any others. When do we lose access if we have to switch to V2? Renee, I would probably encourage you to reach out to your Turnitin sales rep and your implementation consultant and set up a meeting with them to talk specifically about V2. You may already have it. I don't know if you do already have the V2 integration in your D2L environment. I don't know if you're running both that and LTI 1.1 or if you just have LTI 1.1, but we can, if you set up a meeting with them, they'll be glad to kind of give you some one-on-one guidance and help answer institutional specific questions. There's another question about the last step where you deleted links from legacy. Will the old LTI 1.1 assignment still work? Absolutely. So what happens is we didn't delete the integration. Remember I said don't delete the integration itself. What you want to do instead is just remove the link. You're going to delete the link. And that means that in this drop down right here, instructors only see the new LTI 1.3 integration. They don't see the LTI 1.1 option. And when that happens, you still have access to past LTI 1.1 assignments. And if you have enabled the migration up here, when I said to make sure that auto migrate links is on, then upon D2L course copy, those past LTI 1.1 assignments will actually become LTI 1.3 assignments in the new course. Does that help answer your question about accessing past LTI 1.1 assignments? Renee, if you when you reach out to your sales rep, they will go ahead and set up a meeting with your implementation consultant. And they'll let you know who it is. I'm not sure where you are, and they have different regions, but your sales rep will be able to set up that meeting. No, if you use the same, so there's a question about would there be a point where Turnitin takes 1.1 completely away in these old assignments, regardless of whether we keep the settings or not? The thing is, those past LTI 1.1 assignments, it's going to stay. They're not going to go away. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. You're going to have access to this.